In quantum mechanics, the idea of the universal wave function suggests that everything in the universe, from the tiniest particles to the most massive galaxies, exists not as fixed, isolated entities, but as waves of probabilities. These waves represent all the possible states a system can be in, and it's only when we observe or interact with something that it collapses into a definite state. This process of collapse is what we call the collapse of the wave function. And it's one of the most profound mysteries of quantum physics. When you observe something, the universe updates itself. It discards the old wave function, the superposition of all possibilities, and replaces it with a new one, focusing on the outcome of your observation. This idea isn't just a theoretical abstraction, but a way of understanding how the universe behaves at the deepest level. Every time we make an observation, the universe seems to rewrite itself, adjusting to the new reality that our awareness has created. But why does this happen? The answer lies in the unpredictable nature of quantum mechanics. This unpredictability comes from the inherent complexity and uncertainty of quantum systems, which classical physics just can't explain. Quantum mechanics allows for all sorts of possibilities, but it can't account for the unpredictable factors, like free will and consciousness, that seem to influence how things behave. Think about it. When you focus on something, like thinking about an apple versus an orange, your brain generates unique electromagnetic signals. These signals can be detected by neuroscientists, and more surprisingly, they can influence particles far beyond your immediate surroundings. In a sense, your thoughts ripple through the universe, causing changes in the fabric of reality itself. These changes are profound. They mean that the universe is not just a passive backdrop to our lives. It is an interconnected web of relationships that respond to our thoughts, intentions, and actions. Our choices, no matter how small, resonate across the vastness of existence. This idea leads us to a stunning realization. Consciousness might be playing a fundamental role in how the universe operates. It's not just the observer. It's the creator of the universe's reality. John Wheeler, one of the most prominent physicists of the 20th century, one who coined the term black hole, suggested that the universe is made of information, not matter. He believed that the foundation of physical reality lies in logic and information, not in the physical objects that we see around us. Wheeler even argued that consciousness interacts with the universe, shaping its structure and guiding its evolution. According to this view, we are not mere passive observers of the universe, but active participants in its unfolding. If the universe is fundamentally made of information, then what exactly is information? Unlike matter and energy, information doesn't have a specific location in time and space. It's not a physical object. Instead, it exists as something that can make a difference. Gregory Bateson, a renowned anthropologist and cybernetician, defined information as a difference that makes a difference. It doesn't need any other concepts to define it. Information simply is. This idea is powerful because it challenges the way we traditionally think about reality. While mass and energy are tied to physical locations and forces, information is abstract. It can exist independently of time and space, but it still has the power to shape reality. This is a radical departure from traditional physics, which focuses on tangible matter and energy. Information, on the other hand, is intangible, but it governs everything, from the behavior of particles to the formation of galaxies. In modern discussions about information, the bit is often considered its smallest unit. A bit can either be 0 or 1, a binary choice that represents two possibilities, much like a coin flip. When these bits are processed together, they form the information we encounter in our daily lives. Bits, when organized and manipulated, can create instructions for a computer program or even the words in a book. Information, therefore, can be thought of as meaning conveyed by symbols. These symbols could be the zeros and ones in a programming language like C++, or they could be the letters and words that we use in language. Meaning emerges when we take these symbols and arrange them in ways that carry significance. This is how we create understanding. by processing the raw data of symbols and giving them meaning. But where does meaning come from? Unlike information, which can be understood as something that exists objectively, meaning is inherently tied to consciousness. Meaning doesn't exist outside of a conscious observer who can interpret it. This is one of the key insights that we need to explore. Consciousness plays a crucial role in interpreting and assigning meaning to the world around us. Without consciousness, there would be no meaning, no understanding of what symbols or information represent. Take the example of watching this video. As you listen to the words and see the images, your mind is constantly processing and interpreting the symbols that are being presented. But the meaning you derive from this video is not universal. If 1,000 people watch this video, each of them will come away with a slightly different interpretation, because meaning is subjective. It depends on the individual's mind, experiences, and perspective. This leads us to an interesting question. If everything is information, and if meaning is created through the interaction of consciousness and information, then does the universe itself need to be conscious in order to make sense of the vast amounts of information it contains? If information is the fabric of reality, then perhaps consciousness is the tool by which that information is understood and realized. Imagine a vast cosmic network of interconnected information. Each of us, as conscious beings, is like a node in this network, processing and interpreting information. But what if the universe itself is one vast consciousness, a cosmic mind that is capable of processing and understanding all the information contained within it? This idea challenges the classical view of the universe as a cold, mechanical system. Instead, it suggests that the universe is a living, conscious entity, constantly evolving and learning. This idea of a universal consciousness is not a new one. Many ancient traditions and philosophies have suggested that the universe is alive in some way, and modern physics is beginning to explore similar ideas. The concept of a quantum mind, or higher consciousness, suggests that understanding consciousness is key to understanding the true nature of reality. It's no longer just a question of particles and forces. It's a question of awareness, perception, and meaning. The traditional view of matter, as described by Newton, has been replaced by a more dynamic and interconnected understanding. Matter is no longer seen as the foundation of life. Instead, it is part of a larger continuum of energy and consciousness. At the deepest levels of reality, everything arises from quantum mechanical events, and these events are influenced by a greater consciousness field that oversees and governs them. This shift in perspective invites us to think about living beings not as mere chemical machines, but as part of a vast, interconnected energy network. We are no longer isolated from the universe, but are integral parts of a unified system. This understanding brings us to a deeper appreciation of the mystery and wonder of life, suggesting that everything, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies, is part of a larger cosmic story. As we explore the mysteries of the universe, we begin to see that the human journey is not just about discovering facts and knowledge. It is about discovering meaning. The universe is not just a collection of physical objects. It is a web of meaning and information, and our consciousness is the key to unlocking its mysteries.